Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through some of the problems on the 12B assignment. So I'm going to start here with number 1. Selling prices of the last 10 houses sold in a certain district were as follows. Here's all the prices. Calculate the mean and median selling prices. Comment on your results, and then which measure would you use if you were selling your house or looking to buy a house. So what we'll probably want to do here, make our life easy, is put this info into the scientific calculator. Okay, so here's our scientific calculator. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to push the data button. And as you can see, there's stuff in our lists already. So what we want to do is push data again. And we can either clear list 1, clear list 2, clear list 3. If we go down one more, we can clear all. So let's clear everything. And then now we're going to just simply go through and type all these prices into this list 1. Okay? Okay, so I entered all these prices in here. So then what we're going to want to do is we want to know the statistics on this. So we do second and then data, which above that is stats for statistics. And we just have one variable here. So most of the stuff we're going to use in this first part here is just going to be one variable stats. So we're going to push enter. All of our data is in L1, which is list 1. That's that first one over here. And then our frequency on this one is just going to be 1. If you have a frequency table, then you would use list 2, but all of our data is just in one list. So we go to 1 and we push calculate. And then it's going to give us a whole bunch of stuff here. If you see the little arrow, that means that you can scroll down and get more out of this. So we're looking for the mean and median. Mean is the X with the bar over the top. So 363770. So mean. Oops. M-E-A-N. I already forgot the number. 363770. So there's our mean. Oops, which really goes up here. And then the median is going to be also on our calculator. If you scroll down, it's actually going to give you the 5-number summary, the minimum, quartile 1, median, quartile 3, and maximum. So the median, 347,200. Okay. Now it says, which measure would you use if you were a vendor trying to sell your house? So if you're trying to sell your house, you want to get the most money out of it. So we would definitely use, in this case, we would use the mean, because the mean is higher. And if we're looking to buy a house, then we would use the median, because that is a lower price and we want to pay less for our house. Sell our house for more, pay for it for less. Okay? Okay. Now let's take a look at 3. Following raw data is the daily rainfall to the nearest millimeter for a month. Use technology to find the mean, median, and mode of the data. And then we're going to identify outliers in this data set. Okay, so now there's a whole bunch of in here with zeros in it. So we could do this a couple of different ways. I'm going to go back to the graphing calculator on this one here. So we can go into stat. Once it lets me, there we go, and we're going to edit. And we're going to get rid of this list here. And what we can do is we can actually do a frequency list if we wanted to, or we can just enter in each one of the pieces of data into the list and then mean, median, and mode from there. Okay, I think I'm just going to elect to just do 3, enter, 1, enter, 0, 0, 0, enter all those in. The other way you could do it is, if you remember, you can do like 0 is the value, and then this over here would be the frequency. Okay, so maybe we can at least set this up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 17 of those. I'm just going to set this up like this, and I can just show you a little bit different way to do it. It might make your life easier later on. Then we'll do the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, is a 2 in there, at least one. I see one there. Just 1, 2, and then there's some 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3s. And then the next one I see is a 7, and there's just one of those. And I see an 8, and there's just one of those. And then there's a 21, one of those, and there's a 42, just one of those. And then the nice part about this is I cross everything off and I make sure that I don't miss anything. So then what we can do is in our calculator, and again you can do the same thing with the scientific calculator, but we're just going to put all these in here. So I'm going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 21, and 42, right? So those are all of our values, and then for the frequency we'll just enter those numbers in. 17, instead of having to type in 17 zeros, I just have to do 0 and then 17. There's 4 1s, there's a 2, 5 3s, and all the rest of these are just 1s. Okay. Looks like I messed something up. Did I? 1, 2, 3? No, I guess I'm good. Okay, so this is copied straight into that. So then we're going to go back into stat, and we are going to calculate. This is still just one variable statistics, so we push one variable statistics. Our list is in our values list is list 1, but then now we actually have the frequency list now is list 2. So we have to do second, find the L2 button, which is number 2. So we do second, and if you see that bright blue, is that. So then we get L2. We push enter, and then we calculate, and it gives us all of our data. All right. So it tells us that there's 31 pieces. There's 31 numbers in there, so we didn't have to type all 31 in since we did this. But let's see. The mean is going to be 3.19. Okay. And then the median is going to be the number that happens right in the middle. Nice part about doing it this way is it will calculate the median for us. The median is actually 0, because there's 31 total, and the median is going to be right in the middle. So we take 31 divided by 2, and that gives us 15.5, which means we want to know what the 16th number is, and the 16th number is going to be 0, because all the way up through 16 and 17 are all 0, so that's why that's the median. Again, a little bit nicer on the graphing calculator, scientific calculator, and then the mode is simply the one that happens the most often, which is definitely 0, because there's 17 of those. Okay. Identify the outliers in this data set. So another bonus of doing it on this calculator here is it's going to give us the 5-number summary, because we need to figure out the interquartile range, right? We have to do quartile 3 minus quartile 1. So Q3 minus Q1. In this case is going to be 3 minus 0 is 3. And then we have to take that 3, and we got to multiply it by 1.5, which gives us 4.5, right? And so we take 4.5, and we subtract it from the, let's see, quartile 3 is 3, quartile 1 is 0. So we take 0, and we actually subtract 4.5 to get negative 4.5. Anything that's less than negative 4.5 is an outlier, which obviously, since we're talking about rainfall, there's nothing that's going to be less than negative 4.5. But then we also take 3, the upper quartile, and we add the 4.5, and that gives us 7.5. So anything that's above 7.5 is going to be an outlier. So actually that means that 8, 21, and 42 are all going to be outliers in this case. Now 8 is pretty close because it's right just above our little outliers thing. The back of the book does not have 21, it only has 21 and 42. It doesn't list 8, but I would argue that 8 should also be included in that. Okay. Last one we're going to take a look at here is number 4. Esme runs a day tour business in Amsterdam. She wants to offer a family package that includes the charges for 2 adults and their children. To investigate the number of children she should include in the package. She asked 30 randomly selected customers with children, how many children they have, and here are their responses. Calculate mean, median, and modal number of children per family. So let's do this. We're going to do the same thing here, and we're going to enter all of this data. Oh, looks like we have enough room. Enter all this data into the calculator. I'm going to show it on the scientific calculator here as well, just to kind of help out. So normally we are at this blank screen here. We want to go into data. Now there's a bunch of data in our list that we don't want, so we push data again, and it says clear list 1. And actually, if you go down, you can clear all the lists, but we only have data in list 1, so I'm just going to clear that. And then we're going to enter all this in. So let's do this. We've got one. You know what, let's make our table first. That'd be a little smarter. So the values, and then the frequency, right? So we don't have any zeros, but we do have 1, 2s, 3s, and 4s, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ones. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 twos. 1, 2, 3, 4 threes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 fours. Okay? Mean, median, and modal number of children per family is what we're looking for. So we're going to simply, instead of entering all that data in, we're just going to have to enter this data in, and we can calculate it from there. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to go over to list 2. We're going to do 11, 11, 4, and 4. So all of our data looks just like this table over here. And we're going to go into, remember, do second data, which is our statistics. This is just one variable, statistics, even though we got data in 2 columns. All of our data is in list 1, and then this even asks FRQ frequency. Oh, the frequency is what's in list 2 for us, so we highlight that, push enter, and then calculate, and it's going to give us the mean and the median, and we can figure out the mode. So 30 pieces of data, the mean is 2.03. So mean 2.03. The median, if we scroll down, will tell us. Okay. Median is 2. And then the modal number, the modal class is, there's 2 that both have the most. So that means 1 and 2 is going to be the mode for that one there. Okay. All right, that's all we have for the 12B assignment. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask.